Oh, hi, chat. It's going to be a great stream. Can't wait to just go through all of this with you. Hopefully, you can hear me. If there are audio issues, please let me know because I don't. I have ear thing in headphone, I think is what people call them. But if there's a balancing issue, you'll have to let me know. There will be a delay between when I say things and you see it, and then you respond, and then I see it. So bear with me on that. But before we get into this, I have some disclaimers. First of all, the first 10 minutes of these streams is just a bunch of rambling nonsense as people trickle in. I like to give them some time. The rest of the stream after that will be more rambling nonsense, but there will be a point to it, I guess. It'll be more sort of directional rambling nonsense. However, the things that we're going to be reviewing, I'm going to probably be stopping and starting a lot. Some people may not like that. I'm so sorry. If you're watching this out of the fact, do feel free to skip forward past the rambling if you feel the need to. If you're watching now, when it's live, I'm so sorry. Not that sorry. But it is good to have you here. If you are very excited to be here and you're like, man, I really want to support this guy's channel, like button, subscribe button, great ways to do it. If you're like, no, I am a Nigerian prince and I've decided to use my power for good instead of scamming people over the internet. What you can do if you're really feeling generous, and I'm not, please do not do it if you don't want to, you can donate. I will make an attempt. I don't want to say I'm definitely going to do it because I've missed some before. If it's not like super offensive, I'll definitely see that comment. It does get sorted into a different section that I can view. Monetary donations. Or if you remember, hey, you get access to content for other people. Sometimes you get access to content, excuse me, that nobody else gets to see. So that's an option. What is this roundabout way I'm doing this? If you can't afford to donate, please don't. Please. I had someone that's like, this is my last check of my Social Security or something. This is a fictional story. It's similar to what actually happened, but I felt very bad because like, I'm on a fixed income and it's a struggle, but here this is. And I was just like, oh, please, I really appreciate that you care that much. Please do not put yourself in any financial issue because of me. And I don't want to be like, give me your money. It's just, I bring this up because people have addressed it repeatedly. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll throw this into the beginning of the stream. Also, I have 10 minutes of nonsense to fill. I got to do something. If you are feeling very generous to the tune of $10 and, $20, $10 does get you a little thing. 37 does as well, but it's shocking when people do that. If you do $20, you get a coin flip. If it is heads, like so, you can see there's heads. Let me find my little foot pedals, my feet pedal. I guess that kind of technically is correct. You'll notice it has a little white dot on it, on that side, because it's the Japanese flag. It's a challenge coin that I didn't earn. I bought it so I could trade it, so I didn't have to lose the ones I did earn. A whole different story. If we have time for rambling and people want to hear the story, they certainly can. I'm getting to the apple juice. You get a coin flip, that's all you get. However, if it is heads, I am often compelled to drink one of these bad boys. These are apple juice. I am very allergic to apple juice. It makes it very difficult for me to think straight and stay on topic, something that's already a struggle. So some of you find great joy in making this more difficult for me. And I do not enjoy this, but I do enjoy, oh no, I do enjoy the struggle, if that makes sense, the fighting through it, basically challenging myself on my own worst enemy. It's a whole thing. I don't know really how to explain it. Crimson Denathan, thank you so much. Old Canada that says, hey, you reading this, you're great. I really appreciate it. But that applies to all of you in chat if you're reading it as well. You're all wonderful people. Also, what else did I just see? Shay 2, are you doing something? Oh, Keeping Criminals here. Hey, ooh to you too. I think if you all are getting notifications that you are becoming a member, Shay 2, thank you so much for gifting those memberships. I feel like there's supposed to be things happening with alerts. This is why we have the first 10 minutes, folks. Let me test it. Oh, it works. All right. Like that. Just a little test there. You just make that a little bigger just for funsies. It's supposed to say things. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Did it say something? I missed it? I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. Thank you so much for that. Also, Crimson Dennison, thank you so much. And that is a coin flip. We're starting off strong. Also, if Mav comes in here. It's fine. I have things to do in the morning. It's fine. That is, unfortunately, a tails. But this is the first one. I will give you a little sip just to wet the old whistle. Yeah, it's bad apple juice. I digress. Sorry, just check the chat. We'll do that. What did I just do to my... hold something reaching for that. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, what's the deal with this stream? Well, there's a guy, Wolverine Transparency, out in Michigan. And, Mav's working tonight. Yes! That means I only have to drink Four Loko. Joke's on all of you. Anyway, Wolverine Transparency, he got on my radar because he went and harassed someone that I know, someone that you all might know, who's a content creator. And then Demi Kruger, made a video about him, and I saw that video and I went, oh, this guy is not as knowledgeable about what he's trying to do as he thinks he is. So I made a video being like, hey, I think this is what you need to know. He, that day that I released it, he did a live stream where he corrected me. And from what I saw of it, did not do a good job. So now we're bringing it back, his side of the court. We're just hitting that ball over there. He did, unfortunately, take his stream down. So that's going to present some problems. Except, no, it's not, because I have a copy of it. I anticipated that. Well, some people on my team anticipated that. And they said, do you want this? I went, please. And they went, got it. It was that easy. It's wonderful. So, single malt apple juice. Perhaps I should. I'll drink today. Oh, K-Far's here. Hey, K-Far, how's it going? You want to call in and say a few words about the situation? You don't have to. You definitely don't have to. But you could. People on his channel have been like, you should collaborate. And I'm like, yes, please. But it's a matter of, finding the time for the both of us. So, oh no, Mav. Oh no. Oh, please no. Oh, I was so certain. Oh no. Yeah. But yeah, just let me know in the old Discord. I have it up over on that screen. Yeah, no, there's K-Far's a busy man at the moment, so I don't want to pressure him into anything right now. And don't you all pressure him either. We'll get it. We'll make it happen. If it happens, maybe. Who knows? I don't. So we have 1:30. I feel like I've rambled well. I feel like I've used that time wisely. Should be good. Mav, I am... Oh, no. No. I would never. I would never do that. That's ridiculous. How dare you? Yeah, I was just saying that, hello? I think I'm safe. I think so. Okay. I feel good about it. All right. Little under a minute left. I can turn up the old audio if that helps. There. Microphone should be a little louder now. Yes. Just let me know, folks. Bagpipes or trumpet for my 20,000 show. I don't have bagpipes. I have the practice little device thing. I don't own bagpipes. I feel like my neighbors would be a little upset. I would enjoy owning bagpipes. I would probably never actually use them, unfortunately.
What you saying about me, Blue? Say it.
No! I was saying you weren't here, so I wouldn't have to drink a Four Loko, but I guess I will likely do, unless that changes in the very near future, a Twitch stream after this in which I drink a Four Loko and hate everything about my life. I will not finish that Four Loko because I do have things I need to do tomorrow morning. National Guard, that's why I have no beard, but coin flip. Oh, Jim Beatdown's here. How's it going? That is a tails. You know what? I'll give you one more, Mav. There's a heads. All right. We'll get one in. James, thank you for being a member, by the way. Says we merely adopted Four Loko. Mav and Blue were born into it. Shout out to my friends Judy, Goldfish, and our very own Blue Bacon. Hey, thanks, James. Yeah, I hate Four Loko, folks, and Mav knows this and thinks it's hilarious. And also, this still isn't working. It's supposed to do a thing where it does that. But that's fine. We'll wait. That's right, Dennis. Dennis knows. Ah, all right, that's enough of that. Whoo! I hate it. I hate it so much. So, we are at the 10-minute mark. We're actually at the 11.5-minute mark. So, skateboard at the gas station, get Four Loko. I have one in my fridge. It's lemonade, I think, or lemon. Not looking forward to it. I'll drink what I can later when I can drink it. Possibly tonight on Twitch. So, let's get into this, folks. Back to the point of this. I corrected him, he's attempted to correct me, and we're probably not making it all the way through this video because it's an hour and 21 minutes and 52 seconds, and I'm going to be stopping this left and right. There's going to be so much stopping, all right? Like, it's... Just letting you know now. Okay. So we're going to do this. It's going to get sassy. Let's go. Skipping forward. Skipping forward. A little countdown. Still not there. Oh, here we go.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Wolverine channel.
It's actually the Blue Bacon channel. Excuse me.
There goes my.
Also, let me know if you can't hear him well enough. I will keep an eye on the chat. Sorry, I'll keep an eye on the chat just to see, make sure everything is compatible with your ears. Oh, let me just, there we go. Oh, no, wait. Andre!
Just got off jury duty from the 10th 29th. Had the luck of being conscripted to be to foreman, rolling eyes face, man shrugging. Exhausting, but very educational. Ended in a hung jury. Lost 1 to C19. Then 10-1. Guy
had 1 pound of coke entering retrial. Good God! That sounds exciting. I mean, being a foreman, that sounds like a pretty exciting time. I've had jury summons. I've never been selected. I've never even made it to the selection process. I've received the thing once, but for that long, for 19 days. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, so I'm missing out on a paycheck here. Woo!
Okay, I gotta get back to work. The county is on fire. You're welcome, Judy and James. Here's another coin flip for Blue. BTW, did you see the video I sent you, Blue?
You monster. I don't think I have seen it. I have a bunch of videos that people sent me that I have to watch. Thank you so much, Mav. And thank you so much, Andre. That's coin flip for both of you. But yeah, county's on fire. I believe it. As it tails. You don't believe me? Bam. Haha. 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 Good start. And it's another tails. That was such a weak flip, though. I feel like I need to do you justice. If I get a heads on this, I'll take a sip, but it won't be a full thing. Okay, it's still a tails. I almost lost it. I've lost it. All right. I'll do a sip anyway, because I'm a nice person. Bah. All right. Let's go. I've lost audio. There we go. Nope.
I don't know what to do about it, but I'll get out there somehow, some way. The narrative today is to play this real quick. I am responsive to this right here. Somebody that doesn't have a paralegal degree, obviously that don't
Oh, yeah. Okay. So he says he has a paralegal degree. I actually am making a video on why he also doesn't have a paralegal degree, as far as I can tell. But he thinks that he is more knowledgeable about the law than I am, because he claims to have a paralegal degree that he won't show anybody. I have training in law enforcement from multiple academies. Basically, there's the MPI Academy, there's P3 Alpha on JBLM, there's AIT, basic training, continual training throughout, to include domestic violence intervention training, to include your standard, pepper spray, your taser, DUI, all that good stuff. I've done a was it divot? No, that's domestic one. There was a summit. That's what I'm looking for. There was a counter narcotics summit that I participated in Germany. I have a lot of training. I have a lot of experience over the 6 years approximately that was law enforcement. And I have a lot of friends who are lawyers, and I have a lot of friends who are law enforcement, and we talk a lot, and I run things by them, and they run things by me. And I don't think Wolverine has that experience. And despite claiming to have this degree, my suspicion is that it is at best a certification, which is not a degree. But that's for a future video. Yeah, we might talk about it later if it comes up again, actually, because I do want to address it. I'm pretty happy with the information that I found. However, whether or not he has this degree or certification, we're going to be able to tell that he is wrong right off the bat. Let's keep watching.
They're got so much polish on their mouth.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. That is an ad hominem fallacy. Sorry.
That they don't understand what they're saying. And
Then
they're
not true.
willing to stand behind any narrative possible to make look somebody stupid.
The narrative I stand behind is one that is built by facts, as opposed to attacks against a person, like what he is doing right now. He hasn't even let me say a single thing in that video, and he's already attacking my character. Ooh, that's a bad look.
Because they like the polish that they get off deep throating these whole boots.
Oh my God, listen to him.
Law enforcement.
Sorry, his audio keeps changing. Sorry about that. I'm trying to adjust on the fly.
You got two guys that agree with law enforcement that are sitting here kind of like nagging about doll.
Two?
Okay? Still gnawing about bone there, bro? Sounds like you are. Anyways, I will never come to your side because you are the epitome of a narcissistic oppressor.
So he won't accept facts because he thinks I'm the epitome of a narcissistic oppressor. I actually fairly politely presented facts to him. The fact that they are facts that he disagrees with doesn't mean that they are less factual. So it's very clear immediately that he is not interested in actually being corrected or learning the truth or being correct at all. He has an agenda. He's going to push it whether or not his agenda is consistent with facts or the truth. Kind of a bad start. Let's keep going.
And you're on the wrong side of history.
No.
So I'm going to put my paralegal degree into effect and show you.
So he brought it up again, this whole paralegal degree thing. So I told you I'd talk about it if he brought it up again. Let's talk about that. And this is going to become a video. You guys are going to see, or it might become a video. Maybe. We'll see. So the issue with his paralegal claim, let me pull it up because I actually have this written down in preparation for the old scriptaroonie. We made contact with Michigan Department of Corrections, and we know that Wolverine here, based on his criminal record and the statements he said that he was incarcerated in Jackson Prison, which is not Jackson Prison anymore. It's actually been split into multiple facilities. And he says that he earned a paralegal degree and this will be important, a pesticide applicator degree. Now, he was sentenced to between 2 to 5 years in prison for there were 4 charges, 2 of which were dismissed, 2 of which were kept. I think the ones that were kept was some sort of assault and then unlawfully driving away. The ones that were dismissed, I think, was some sort of assault with the intent to commit serious bodily harm without causing death. And then there might have been some sort of robbery charge. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. It was something pretty significant. Gone 2 to 5 years in prison. He says that he served 5. He said that it took him 3 years of the 5 that he was in prison to get his paralegal degree. Now, I don't know which prison he was in, but he also says that he got his pesticide applicator degree in Jackson Prison. And these come from multiple videos. If I make a video about this, I will address that and actually show his quotes. So we can assume that between 1992 and 1997, he got this degree, allegedly. Here's the problem. We talked to the Department of Corrections in Michigan, and the points of contact that we communicated with said that they were unaware of any degree for paralegal being offered by the Department of Corrections in Michigan at all. And we said, well, what about a program where the inmates can actually go outside of the prison to attend classes under supervision? And they said, there is a thing like that, but not for someone who would have had the charge that he had. And we said, well, what about a correspondence course? And when it's possible, but that's not something we'd be able to confirm. However, they do offer a paralegal certification. And the fact that Wolverine here says that he got a degree in pesticide application when that is in fact a certification makes me think that he has confused certification with degree. And in fact, at best, he would have gotten a paralegal certification, not a paralegal degree. Now, I know in some comments that I've seen, people have said, well, you don't need to get a certification. You don't need to get a degree to be a paralegal. This is true in Michigan. You do not need those, I believe, in Michigan. In some states, you do. Michigan, you don't. Washington, you don't. However, he claims to have had one. Here's the thing. With that kind of certification, even in Michigan, you are expected to recertify every 5 years. After 5 years, it's no longer going to be worth anything to you. A degree may be different. I don't know about a degree, but a certification, it would have expired at the very latest 2002 for our friend here, Wolverine. Whereas my training was as recent as 2019. So take that as you will. He brought it up, not me. So he also refuses to show his certification, which is kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Because he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. That's fine. Hey, I'm Wolverine. I'm a licensed attorney in every state. In fact, I'm a Supreme Court judge. I don't have to prove it to you, though. See, it doesn't really fill you with confidence that's correct, does it? Especially when you say the things that you say in the way that you say them. And we'll get to those. I know. We're not making it all the way through this.
You how ignorant this person really is. I'm going to let him play this. I'm going to play this, and we'll go from there.
Please.
If I
Oh my God, please.
mispronounce a couple words, or if I don't get into further detail that elaborates on a basic logical understanding for you, I'm sorry. Maybe this channel ain't for you.
What? I don't have a problem with you mispronouncing words. By all means. Hey, I mispronounce words all the time. It happens. If you're right, you're right. Let's see if he's right. First Amendment auditor who recently showed up on my radar after he decided to show up at someone's house to harass them.
Bye, cop caller. Bye.
This is where he's at Kafar's house.
Bye, buddy. Wah! He's afraid of a camera. Bye. That is little girl. Yeah. Tell the cops I said you were a little girl.
This resonated with me because I recently had a protection order approved due to harassment against myself, but I wasn't going to make a video about all of this until I saw a video by Dummy Kruger in which the auditor was charged with interfering with police.
I issued you a misdemeanor citation for interfering with police authority.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I don't have to take that. All right.
The link to that video is in this video's description, but I wanted to take a look at some of the other content
It's interesting,
this
isn't it,
auditor has
James?
put out and hopefully help him understand what he's getting wrong. So, to quote,
So he's going to tell me, this guy that has absolutely, to me, he's only going. He's not looking at both sides. I've looked at both sides.
now I looked at both sides. You were wrong, as far as I can tell. And in this video, I address both sides of it too. So, no. Sorry.
I've learned, and when it's lawful for officers to do what they do, if it's on the books just because I disagree with it, our legislators still wrote it, and it's still the law, and I still have to respect it.
Yeah, it still is the law. And if you violate the law that legislators have established, what is that? Ooh, it's a crime, isn't it?
That is the difference between me and other people. Obviously, this guy's getting me confused with other people.
No.
But
Is it not you in the video? It's you in the video, right? Shocking.
I'm going to say this. This guy has no training. And
That's an absolute lie. Do I have any of my paperwork here? Not within arm's reach. Oh, there's one right there. If you'll just give me a second. Can I get to that? No, I don't think I can. Forgive me. Give me one. Good day to decide wear pants. Here's my box of stuff. Yeah, this will work. Just, because I can. Yeah. Yeah, I have that box just ready to go. Don't know what's in these. So when I worked with CID, it's the Army's Federal Investigation Agency, I've been doxxed now. I don't have to worry about covering this up. In appreciation for your service as drug suppression investigator, 11 March 2014, 10 March 2016, Ansbach CID office. That was for me. I earned that in the Army. All right. But that's a plaque. That's not actual certification. Evidence gotten here. Oh, that definitely can't show that. There's got to be some sort of certificate. Oh. Nope. JKO. All right, if you've served, you know this is meaningless. Level 1 anti-terrorism awareness training. It's a 2-hour course. You do it every year. Sure hope my social isn't on there. I just got... here's what. SEER 100.1 Level A Code of Conduct training course for official use only. That's 8 hours. Signed by the Chief Joint Knowledge Online Division. Oh, wow. There's also that for you. Administrative data. Ooh, what is this? This is risk reduction tools. Military police detachment. Oh, certification of completion. It's 1-hour training. Initial security orientation. Hey, look at that. There's another certificate. These are, level 100.2 level A SEER education and training. There's another one. Level 1 anti-terrorism awareness training. I think that was the following year. Woo! Army physical fitness test. We don't need to see how bad I was at those. Marksmanship. Was this a good one or a bad one? This was an okay one. I got 37 out of 40 on pistol. Expert is what it is. It was an okay. We're doing this. We're doing this, folks. If he wants to play this game, I have actual things that I've got covered in water, so they're not right. Certificate of achievement. Yay! Oh, this was when I was the Master of Ceremonies, the military police ball. It's not actually anything. Department of the Army, certificate of training. I have successfully completed Protector Professional Police Academy, 180 hours. I will show. Yeah, this one got a little wet. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Protector Professional Police Academy, P3 Alpha again. Are these the same thing? Different things? Here you go. There's another certification. Hey, Wolverine, when do you plan on showing that paralegal degree? When? Because I mean that was so. Things are I gotta. What are you? I got more of these. All right, I can keep going. Do you want me to keep going? I'm not going to keep going. Chad doesn't want me to keep going, I'm sure. I'm going to move on. Thanks. So last summer, I got it yesterday. They didn't speak much English, and they asked me a lot of confusing questions. I said yes. Because hair grows back. Patience doesn't. That's not true. I'm just kidding. No, I was just like, I don't know what you're trying to ask me, but sure. Whatever you feel is best. You are the expert. I need another sip. Yeah. Comment once the stream's over. If you want actual pictures of those, I'll upload them. I don't care. Goldfish. What's that from? That's from something. Is that Blues Brothers? Anyway, so let's just keep watching this. Now that I've done all of that unnecessarily, this stream is for me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This stream's for me.
I'm going to show you why. Listen very close to what he says.
But the subject of this video, Wolverine transparency.
It is an honor and a privilege to come out here to introduce
Sorry about that.
the facts that I am pulling up on the recap.
It's December
It was just the perfect intro.
20th, 2022 at approximately.
I'm going to speed some of this up because I just want to get to his articulation.
Yeah, please do.
Okay?
Although he might do it to try to remove the context of it. Don't worry, I'll add it back in.
And what he's saying. I don't want to replay my content on somebody else's stuff.
I'll
You already
replay
know
my
what I'm
content. Now this is something that I want to address. If Wolverine is gathering newsworthy content to distribute to an... By the way, this is where I actually saw that he was streaming. I didn't even mean to. I was looking for something else. And then I was like, oh, he's streaming. I popped in. This is where I popped in. Audience. Unfortunately, we don't have the record of the chat because we downloaded this video. But I think some of my comments do pop up on his screen. And he does almost respond to some of them. Absolutely be considered press. We also see...
I'm not just press. I'm a journalist.
Oh, okay, buddy. So the Constitution protects the press. The First Amendment. The press, right? Now, journalists are a function of press. So when I say press, that is covered. God. Anyway.
Too as well.
Wolverine show a press badge here. And if he's only recording in public, a press badge actually isn't required. However, it isn't necessarily a bad idea. When I was covering...
So he basically is telling you guys that you guys are okay to record in public.
That's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you don't need a press badge to record in public. Now, there are still limitations to public recordings, and public has a lot of different meanings, right? So if he's on a public sidewalk, you don't need a press badge. There's no requirement for you to be any sort of credentialed anything generally, unless that sidewalk has been designated some sort of non-public forum temporarily, because generally it's not a traditional public forum. It's complicated, but that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that if he is on a traditional public forum, let me clarify, he doesn't need a press badge to be allowed to film, usually. There are exceptions to that, though. I don't feel like I need to go into all of them because time. I'm already wasting enough time.
He just admitted it. Did you hear that?
He didn't.
Did you hear that, guys? He just got done saying that it's okay to record in public without a badge.
Okay. Because generally that is correct, yes. But that's not equal to the other thing you just said.
That's what press does. They go into the public and record. Okay?
That is one function of press, sure. That is something press can do. It's a lot more nuanced than that.
Big, long cameras so they can zoom in because you can't trespass their eye. So they can just go in.
Okay, the whole trespassing your eye case applies to the government. As far as generally like a plain view search, right? So if the government, law enforcement, can see evidence of a crime, they don't need a warrant as an exigent circumstance. They've witnessed that crime. However, there's a case that's often cited that has to do with police using thermal cameras. And the ruling was that because thermal cameras are not super available to the public is not going to take the appropriate steps to protect themselves from thermal camera imaging. Nowadays, if you redid that case, essentially, it might be different because thermal cameras are very available to the public. However, in, 2004-ish, maybe? I was in the 2000s, I think. That would have been the case. Thermal cameras are prohibitively expensive and not really amongst civilians. You can get a thermal camera very cheap comparatively now. So if you did that case again, if that case went through the old ringer another time, it very possibly might change. And so the whole trespassing of the eyes was cited from a very old case. Actually, I think it was a British case, and it was cited from a case because it was just like right after America had become a thing. And so American case were citing British case at the time. It's a lot more complicated than what I think he thinks it is. It's a whole thing. He's he's confused, is what I think he is. I'm confused, trying to unconfuse him.
Into a mile up inside the police department if they want to, but they've been paid not to do that.
No, I don't believe generally people with giant cameras are paid not to film inside of a police department from a mile away. I used to have a lens to my camera. I returned it. It was garbage. That actually could film for miles. It was like a 1,000 millimeter lens. And my God, you could see incredible distances. Not well, because there was, haze. There's atmospheric interference, essentially. That's not the correct word. Basically, the longer you view, the more air is between you and whatever you're filming. And it makes the picture quality pretty terrible. And there are ways to fix that, but not for the price I paid for that lens. So I don't know what he's talking about, but okay.
They just gather up fake content these days.
But his content isn't fake. All the lies he puts in it isn't fake. Gotcha. Okay.
Listen, guys.
Spring protest in Seattle.
Also, I didn't say this. Shay 2 just did another round of memberships. Thank you so much, Shay. If you have a membership now you know who to thank for it.
I was challenged several times by people who thought I needed to have a press badge on a public sidewalk. I didn't.
More precedent to us, guys.
It's not actual precedence. This is just me explaining a situation I was in. I'm not legal precedence.
But I had one made because it made things easier. What is a bad idea is live streaming while driving. You see,
Again, he wants to be a dry snitch. Go let him.
Yeah, you film yourself potentially committing a crime, and he's skipping past it right now. So, he's trying to avoid that one. Ooh, let me just, I'll take a sip to that. He wants to be a snitch. Bro, you appear to commit a crime on your streams, or on your video, your edited video. That's on you, bud.
I don't care. That's what snitches do.
how dare I be held accountable for my actions?
I can care less what this guy tries to
And yet here he is making a video about it. Okay, you could care less.
do. It makes no difference to me. But check it out, guys. He claims, here we go. Let's just make this big. He has permission to be.
Bro, you can just let it play. You don't have to read the captions.
All right, hold on. It went a little more forward than what it went.
Hey,
Okay.
what's up, arty people? Also, Wolverine, if you're watching this, let me know. We can talk. I'll give you a number to call. If you really have concerns about this, I'm more than happy. Now, James, thank you so much. Says Blue will take that advice into cooperation. All right. Now, what say you and I go toe to toe on Bird Law and see who comes out the victor? I don't know, James. You might have me beat on that one.
Okay, so Wolverine,
Okay.
regardless, Wolverine heads over to commercial property and he claims
Commercial property he claims he has permission to be on
Yes, he made that claim.
in order to film police leave.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm saying.
Literally what he's saying is he has permission to be there.
See how he's saying, I claim to have permission to
Yeah, because you claim to have permission.
be on property to film police?
Yes, you are filming police and you claim to have permission to be there.
That's not my narrative.
It's literally what you said.
I've been on property. I'm on that property because he's on that property. The property that you see Officer Borg on right now in this video is the property that I have custodian.
Yes, he claims to have permission to be on that property to film police. Where's the confusion? I don't care why he has. Okay, I think he's confusing what I'm saying about why he has permission to be on that property. I'm saying he's claiming that he has permission to be on that property. He is currently on that property to film police. I hope that fixes that confusion.
Ship. So this is the first thing I want to debunk. In
Ice Blade! Ice Blade! Thank you. Read a scene from a trashy romance novel. I'm okay with this. Oh boy, let me. Oh no. Oh no. No. I'm going to get demonetized for this.
Instead of a
Okay.
shot, read a scene from a trashy romance novel. If I win, that is.
I'll give you a paragraph. No, I can't read most of this. Please don't be. I do have it up. If anyone else wants to try that. Oh, I'm doing so well today. So well. Okay, let's keep going. Not upset with that outcome.
And this. So let's bring up the permissive real quick so we can get past this deceiver on how he's trying to manipulate this whole process of me recording in public and why I'm doing what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? It don't make no sense for this guy to act in this manner.
You said you had permission to be there. You are there filming police. Moving on.
I really don't understand it.
Oh God.
It's almost like they're in a cult and they believe every lie that they're told by.
It literally came from you, dude. You were the one who said it.
These blue line gay thugs, and not every cop is a blue line gay.
Only the ones that don't let me do whatever I want are blue line thugs.
I'm just saying that there are people out there that are blue line gang thugs, and they follow the narrative of
And it's anyone who disagrees with him,
being
allegedly.
arbitrary to the law. All right. So in this case, I just want to bring up the permissive so that we can get past that. All right. I'm looking for it right now. It should be in my window. Okay. Let's see. Where is that?
You can do it. You got this.
Permissive. Here, let me just put that on it
Oh, I don't think he's using chroma key. I think this is like basically a TikTok filter.
right here. So we can just
I could be wrong though.
move it right along. All right. Mike Satter owns
Mike Satter actually is the owner of that property, the building.
this property, ladies and gentlemen. All right. As you can see here, October 1st, 2022, Mike Satter give Adam
And he just talks himself. Okay.
Dillinger custodianship. You see that? Custodianship and parking privileges on my property.
Okay. Custodianship and parking privileges on the property. Now, custodianship could imply the right to trespass people. As I explained in my video, which we'll get to, you can't just randomly trespass police. If they have the lawful authority to be on that property, they can be on that property. If your property is open to the public for parking, it does become a little trickier to actually trespass people from parking on that property without a reason. Even with custodianship, and I'm saying it's impossible, but if police
Read the
are
first
engaging...
paragraph of the Constitution in a Western/cowboy voice.
Okay, I can do that. I'll flip a coin for that. However, what we'll discover, if we get that far, is that neither that officer nor Wolverine are actually on Mike Satter's property, or Satter. They're not on his property. The property's not extended that far. Weirdly, I checked the maps. If they're accurate, they're not on. They're on city property, which is so great. Just it's like he wasn't paying any attention. That is a heads, which means. We're pulling up the Constitution. Do I have a good audio for this? I don't have a Southern song. I should though. Okay, we wanted the Constitution. All right. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America. That's the first paragraph. I'll give you section 1 of Article 1 as well. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives. Yeehaw. There you go. There you go. Enjoy that one. All right, let's see if I can get this to hang up correctly. It doesn't like to, but sometimes it works. Yeah, I think it's working. All right. Regulators, let's keep going.
Until further notice. Thank you for cooperation in this matter. So the property he's on, I have custodianship. Now you see it. There's your permissive.
Literally does not matter in the context of this, but okay.
Prove that it's not. I guarantee.
I don't need to, because I proved in my video that you are not actually on his property, and neither is the officer.
He won't talk to you at all, and you will never get him to testify against me.
What does that mean?
Moving on. So that's the first debunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not going to end it with an amen. It's separation of church and state here.
Because he says I claim that.
Yeah, because you claim. Saying that you claim does not mean that you claimed incorrectly. My God.
Claim is now a fact.
Yeah, you claimed a thing. Yeah, now you have backed it up. Now I get to say you've stated that. Well, I could have said that the entire time. It's still a claim. A claim does not imply right or wrong. It means that you stated it. You. Oh my God, I can't even.
All right, moving on. So in this section, we're gonna play what he
Arizzi,
said.
you make a good point. Is that email even legit? I have no idea. Ultimately, for the purpose of this, it doesn't actually matter, because even if he has permission, he can't just willy-nilly trespass police officers who are conducting law enforcement duties.
As far as what he's saying that
Checkmate,
I am doing
Lincolnites.
in this particular motion that I am in at this particular time. Listen very close to him.
Leaving that property and tells an officer that the officer is trespassed from the property.
You know you're trespassed from this property, right?
Fun fact, you can issue a trespass against police all you want, but it is only legally a trespass in Michigan if a person is on the property without lawful authority. If police are investigating a criminal matter or engaging in legitimate police activities, they have lawful
James
authority.
granted.
And the list of reasons they could be on that property is not limited to those two things. So this whole trespass thing almost certainly wouldn't apply here. However,
Oh yeah, it does.
No, I literally explained how it wouldn't if they're conducting legitimate law enforcement activities. Sorry.
I'm the custodian of the property.
Yeah, again. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. There you go. As the custodian, even if you have permission to choose who's trespassed, trespass does not apply in Michigan. It's the law to someone who has the lawful authority to be somewhere. Okay? So if police are in my house looking for top secret documents that I had back when I was in politics, this is a joke. And I said, you're trespassing from the house, you can't continue your investigation. Yeah, that doesn't work because they were there for legitimate reasons. Does that make sense? To us, I feel like it does. To him, I have some doubts.
And I can trespass him. Moving on. Everybody
Cindy, because I haven't gotten into it yet, I'd like to. I just don't really know where to begin.
knows the custodian of the trespass, the custodian of the property. of any private property. Hell, they even used it.
Didn't work.
This blue
There we
bacon
go.
dude even believes that you could be trespassed inside of a public forum.
Time, place, and manner restrictions. Where have you been? This is old news, buddy. Wait, are you saying...
Used it. This blue bacon dude even believes that you could be trespassed inside of a public forum.
Yeah, okay. So public forum being government property that is open to the public for certain uses. Yes, you can be trespassed from that. There's case law. There are arrests. There are convictions. Where have you been? Oh my God. It's just like, bro, what? You claim to have this paralegal degree, which we are pretty sure is a certification at best. Why isn't it helping you here? Weird, huh?
From public servants that are custodians of the property.
Slow.
So this
I don't
doesn't
see
let
why
this guy
not.
fool you. It's either you are or you aren't. So you know I'm the custodian of the property.
And whether or not you're custodian doesn't mean you can trespass police if they are conducting, if they are there for, oh boy. Let me just pull it up. We're just pulling it up because come on. Except as otherwise provided, this is 750.552, by the way. Except as otherwise provided in subsection 2, a person shall not do any of the following: enter the lands or premises of another without lawful authority. Without lawful authority. It's the second sentence. Actually, it's part of the first sentence, because this first sentence is separated from this sentence with a colon. So it actually isn't a concluded sentence yet. Oh my God, it's that simple. I can't keep addressing this because he can't hear me. I hope he does, though. I hope he learns a few things. I actually was in his chat being like, no, listen, bud. So I guess he kind of is wrong for not getting it, as I'm literally explaining it to him live.
You know it's private, and it doesn't belong to the city, and the city doesn't.
Now, Arisen, that's a good point, because he was also granted custodianship per that email, if we are to believe that email is legitimate. So parking privileges and custodianship is what he was granted. So it's a whole thing.
Not have a contract to enforce laws on that property, let alone in or out of the township.
We are presented with a new issue. Can that officer be on that sidewalk to run radar?
This
Well,
part
that's
gets
it.
good.
The property owner doesn't own that sidewalk, so the officer still isn't trespassing. However, it might fall under Michigan's prohibited parking statute. Let's take a look. A vehicle must not be parked except if necessary to avoid conflict with other traffic or in compliance with the law or the directions of a police officer or traffic control device in any of the following places, to include on a sidewalk. This is a bit of a silly argument, but I imagine that officer was only parking in compliance with his department's directions,
Which would be at the lawful directions of law enforcement if he's parking in that manner. I don't believe Wolverine addresses that argument. Weird.
and
Oh, maybe he does.
that's actually not a parked vehicle.
Nope, he doesn't. He just laughs at it because he doesn't have a counter argument, I presume.
That's a stopped vehicle.
Oh, let's just stop it right
Oh, this is so good. I'm sorry.
here. We
I
are
don't
not
mean to
going to
interrupt.
listen to no more of his rubbish. Now let my paralegal degree kick in and kick Blue Bacon to the curb forever.
I'm so excited.
And I
about
want
this.
him banned from my channel.
Yeah, so I was in the chat. I was very nice, actually, being like, no, buddy, listen, no. And he's like, no, not to expose my incorrectness. It's fine. I can expose it from here. And nobody was banning me. They're like, no, we're good. We think he's saying some interesting things. So, yeah, Trot, you were there. You were there. And it's not, look, and we talked. Trot was there. Trot, you seem like a reasonable, decent person, absent additional clarifying information. Sorry. And look, I before I made any video, before I wrote any script, I saw he was doing a live stream. He caught my attention. I was like typing like, hey, I think you might be incorrect about these things. And he sort of like, no. It's like, all right, well, I'll make a video then and explain some things. And sure, I have some fun. I'm a little sassy. But I legitimately was trying to help him here. And then he's doing this. Now I'm no longer trying to help him. Now this is for me. I generally give people a chance. He doesn't want that chance, that's fine. I will continue to provide accurate and educational information. It will just be definitely contradicting what he is putting out. I don't intend to just hang on this guy for very long. I have a couple more things to address that I think are kind of important, but I really do appreciate the moderators in his chat for being willing to listen to the other side of things, especially from someone who says that he was listening to both sides and I was not. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting.
Because he's nothing but a shit starter. He doesn't want any type of true value. He wants to argue semantics and bullcrap. Understand that this Michigan law right here defines what standing and parking is. You understand? Parking means standing. You just been debunked.
I actually haven't. So in the original statute was talking about it establishes parking, standing, and stopping, right? No. Or move. What was it? Anyway, there. Let me go.
That's just
Hold
how
on.
you
All right. So parking, standing, or stopping is addressed in a different statute. Michigan does consider parking, standing, and stopping to be separate things. Otherwise, they would not list them separately. Sorry, I don't actually have it in front of me. However, in this one, we know he's wrong immediately because it says parking means standing a vehicle, whether occupied or not. This is what the officer is doing. Is not actually standing. Standing generally is you stop temporarily for loading and unloading of passengers or items. So if I was like a taxi and I pull over, that is standing the vehicle. This is actually stopping the vehicle, as opposed to parking the vehicle, in which generally vehicles in parking, you are outside of the vehicle, although not necessarily. It can be defined different ways. However, this one specifically says parking means standing a vehicle. Again, standing is not the correct term for this, but that's not what's important. What is important, it says, whether occupied or not, upon a highway, when not loading or unloading, except when making necessary repairs. So, if you're standing a vehicle and you're not loading or unloading, then it is considered parking when it is on a highway. That sidewalk / little driveway is not a highway. That officer's not on a highway. So this can't apply to that. This definition of parking, which is not like the one true definition, is only the definition on a highway. So much for the paralegal degree. And if you, it's not that I'm saying he never had a paralegal something, but it's clear that whatever he had, it's no longer there, knowledge-wise. It's just so obvious. Oleg Welsh, hey, thank you for subscribing, by the way. Dimension Lord, thank you so much for being a member. Says, Wolverine, stop eating lead paint chips. Well, now, hold on. Now, we don't have to be, mean about it. Iceblade, thanks so much. Says, if he's a paralegal, then I'm Chili's clean drug test. Oh, spicy. All right, let's keep going.
It's
now that we've proved him wrong.
Parking.
Again.
Parking is standing. It doesn't matter. It's defined. But
it's not stopping. And he's not on a highway.
Your definition. Moving on. Now, let's go to the third one here. When does an officer have the exemptions to use his oscillating lights?
The exemption to use the oscillating lights wouldn't apply because the officer's not using the oscillating lights. I know what he's trying to say, but we're going to address this. He doesn't need an exemption to do something he's not doing. Right? Makes sense? Cool.
And to go into the mode of being in an emergency.
He's not in that mode.
That governs what an emergency vehicle is allowed to do. So it says when a police officer exempt from activating a siren or an emergency.
I like just right after this in my video, I actually addressed this. So I don't know why he hasn't waited for that.
And stand.
Goldfish! Oh, no. All right, we're going to stop right there because I'm struggling.
You have too many full glasses on your desk.
Spooked me. All right, you're right. I do. All right, we're flipping it again. I don't know what it was. That is a heads. That's a heads, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little white dot. Cool, we're drinking it. Moving on. No. Math, no. Hey, into the blue. Welcome to the party. I just gotta steel myself for this, How old is Wolverine? I want to say he's like early 50s? Late 40s, maybe?
Why are there still 2 glasses of apple juice on your desk? I'm disappointed.
I want to say 50s. Early to mid 50s. Alright. There's also a heads. Sure. So last summer, I think they're in cahoots. Ugh. Ice Blade, no! We're already out. We're already out. But I'll read some saucy, steamy romance stuff if it's a heads. Andrea says, I get really upset when people like him don't respect police valor. Well,
I'm disappointed also, too.
If you don't want to respect police valor, you absolutely don't have to. But it's not an excuse to just break the law, right? If you want to be like, I don't like police, okay. If you want to say, I don't respect them, all right. If you want to say, I don't think they deserve other people's respect, that's fine. But if you say, I should be allowed to break the law because I think police are bad, now we have a problem. If you say, I think police are bad because I don't know the laws and I just want to break them and they're stopping me and that therefore they are tyrants, yeah, that's not going to fly. But that's a Tales. That's a Tales from the steamy romance. Ah! All right, let's keep going.
Ending of care must they meet the siren is not used.
Not relevant.
Police vehicles shall retain the exemptions granted in this section.
Okay, so he's trying to say that police have to have their lights and sirens on, which is what he said in the original video, which is what I corrected, which he hasn't gotten to yet. I'll do it for him. He says that if the officer is going to be breaking that law, which we've already determined the officer is not breaking, then he has to have his lights and sirens on. No, because he's not breaking a law, therefore he doesn't require an exemption for a law that he's not breaking. Make sense? Cool. And not to him, apparently.
Authorized emergency vehicle without sounding the automobile.
Peter, it's good to have you here. Thanks so much. Says, thank you for being a member. Says, the Dutch police cracked an encrypted phone service for criminals, 79 raids, drug labs found, etc., etc. Oh, you love to hear it. That's always a good time.
Or siren or police vehicle engaged in an
corrections.
emergency run or which a silence is required. That's it. So basically, the only time that they don't have to use their sirens and lights is when they're engaged in an emergency that applies for it.
Okay, I don't think that meant what he thought it meant, but we're going to keep going.
I don't think sitting on the side of the road breaking 4 CIs left.
4 CIs? Okay, the guy's not breaking any laws that I know of. And Wolverine here has failed to explain what laws have been broken. Effectively inaccurate.
Wheel to right curb, which we'll get to.
Oh my God, this one's so good. I forgot about this. Oh, folks, I'm so excited. Sorry.
Here in a
Again, this stream's mostly for me.
minute. let's just move on. Okay?
Please, let's.
So we know that you can't park on a sidewalk.
Yes, unless you have the lawful authority to be there. And that wasn't parking, that was stopping, which is not standing like Wolverine's claiming. So also the law he tried, again, just catch people up to speed. The law he's trying to claim proves me wrong, only applies on a highway. A sidewalk's not a highway. God, I hope it's not. That would be some dangerous stuff going on. Just carrying your grocery bag with your baguette. And then, bam, car hits you. Well, you were on the highway. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry about the people with headphones. I'm sorry. That was very loud. I'm sure.
Because that's the only time that he is exempt from everything is when he's in an emergency. It just said so. That's what that just said.
I think you need another paralegal degree.
Let's go back to it real quick. When is a police officer exempt from activating the sirens or lights in an emergency? And
okay, that's literally not. He's citing the wrong thing. What he is trying to say is when is an officer exempt from the traffic laws? And the answer is when they have lights and sirens activated when responding to an emergency. What he's actually reading, I think, is the thing that says police don't have to use their lights and sirens if there's a circumstance where it would be a bad idea to do so. My training would tell me that responding to a domestic violence situation, you turn your lights and sirens off at least a block away from the house so that you can approach the scene and not cause like a barricaded subject, and maybe you'll be able to hear evidence of the crime actually happening inside, which will allow you to help the victim more easily. Because if you hear smashing, yelling, whatever, you can determine who, if there is a difference in genders, who is the one that is committing the violence. And what the violence might actually be. And so there are reasons that when responding to an emergency, you would turn off your lights and sirens. However, when you do turn off your lights and sirens, generally you do sort of obey traffic laws a little bit more. In my experience, domestic violence usually happens, experience responding to it, to investigate it, because that was sort of my bread and butter. I was very good at that, helping people with that. That's what I wanted to help people with, because it felt like I was making a real world difference when I helped. Regardless. Not many people are happening when domestic violence is happening, which usually at night. Sorry, not many people are happening. Domestic violence tends, in my experience, to happen at night. Experience investigating, again. And so on the roadways, on these residential streets, there's usually not much traffic, so you can sort of get away with rolling through stop signs a lot easier. Nobody's going to stop you because you are responding to an emergency, and you are turning lights and sirens off so that you can more effectively address this issue. and that's permissible as long as you take appropriate care to not be, going through an intersection where there's other traffic. At that point, you might flip your lights on real quick just to get through the intersection. These are things that Wolverine does not know about because he has no equivalent training, and any certification or degree that he would have had for the paralegal stuff has clearly expired somehow. Now you guys know things. See, this is what teaching someone about law enforcement looks like. Not whatever Wolverine is doing. This right here. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Moving
what
on.
standard of care must they meet under that? So there's two issues there.
Buzzer game this week.
When is a police officer exempt from activating that? And what is it that sets that standard? When a police shall retain the exemptions granted in this section to authorized vehicles without sounding an automobile is when they're engaged in an
He's
emergency.
so stuck on this thing that is not relevant.
That calls for silence is required. That's it. It doesn't matter the way I'm saying it. It doesn't matter how I sound. It doesn't matter how you think I'm articulating this. This is a
I don't care what you sound like or how you articulate it. You're wrong about the law, bud.
fact. Now, because he's not exempt no
Literally, it's exempt.
more,
Well, I'm sorry. Exempt in the sense that he's not breaking the law, so there's nothing to exempt him from.
he has to follow you can't park on a sidewalk in front of a private driveway, within an intersection, within 15 feet of a fire hydrant or a crosswalk, etc., etc. Consider yourself debunked, my friend. Now, moving on.
Wrong.
Now, stopping, standing,
Also,
leaving, parking, paved travel, blah, blah, blah.
There you
Now,
go.
let's define that. Outside or inside of the limits.
Also, I figured out why his audio keeps changing. Is because so I use foot pedals to change between the cameras, and they are tied to there. It's basically like a keyboard with only 3 buttons, and whatever my right pedal is tied to is whatever would decrease the volume on the video. So we figured out why that's a problem. Oh boy.
This is MCL 257672. Inside or
Right, Emerson?
outside of the limits of the city or village, a vehicle shall not be stopped, parked, or left standing.
This is where it is. All right. So the fact that this defines, or it discusses stopped, parked, or left standing, attended or unattended, clearly establishes, and this is a Kansas construction thing. You would have learned this if you actually had a paralegal degree. The fact that it lists all 3 of those things establishes that those 3 things are different. Now, he says that parking and standing are the same thing. He has failed to understand. Again, I keep repeating this, but I want this to be very clear. He fails to comprehend that only applies to on a highway, and this is stopping, not standing or parking. They're 3 separate things. We can see it right here. He has brought it up. If we want to learn more about canons of construction, this is some pretty basic legal stuff. System of rules or maxims that is used to interpret the legal instruments such as statuses. So let's take a look at what we have. We have a lot of them. We have semantic canons, which are ordinary meaning canons, fixed meaning canons, omitted case canon, general terms canon, negative implication canon, mandatory permissive canon, conjunctive, disjunctive canon. So let me see. Nothing's to be added to the stage. General terms to get the general meaning. Words to be understood. Presumption of non-exclusive. Intelligible. There's synecdoche canon, grammar canon, last antecedent canon, serious qualifier canon. It's basically how you interpret a law in the manner that it was meant to be written. Or if you're writing the law, you would write it in, with these in mind, so that everyone in the future can understand what you meant, because words and meanings change over time. Contextual canons. Whole text canon. The text must be construed as a whole. Presumption of consistent usage. Word or phrase presumed to bear the same meaning throughout a text. We have surplusage canon. If possible, every word and every provision is to be given effect. None should be ignored. I think that's the one we're looking for. If possible, every word and every provision is to be given effect. So if that's the right one, and I'm not up to snuff on my canons at the moment, I used to be better at it. Having those 3 separate words might be under that. I could very well be wrong. It's under one of these. I know it's one of these. Associated words, authorization of an act, contains expected meaning. There's a lot. I'm not going to do this in front of you right now because it's very embarrassing. But sorry, what did I just press? Ah, my feet. What are they doing? Is this Footloose? It's not the plot of Footloose at all. You should watch Footloose again. Doesn't matter. The apple juice is kicking in. Excuse me. Yeah, his paralegal degree is apparently useless because he doesn't understand how that works.
Standing, unattended or attended, upon paved or unpaved, or limited access to highways emergencies,
Okay, you're not on a highway. Neither is he. Okay.
unless of emergency mechanical deficiency. Okay, boom. We're moving on to the next one because I'm going to put this real clear.
I
to
am
him.
so happy that he pulled this up because, like, my next video on him literally establishes, like, oh, if you're going to bring this up, so will I. Pull up this website or whatever. Because if you think that this is something you should do, well, it's a phrase. It's a phrase I love, and I want to put it on all of my merch. Because I'm so proud of it. Like if anyone ever writes a book about me, God forbid, this should be the title. No, it shouldn't. I don't know. I just love it so much. I didn't set the bar. I only stopped for a drink. And the context of that is like, I will stoop to where you are stooping to a degree. Like I'll stop, but I'll go to that level. That's not the level I want to operate at. But if you set that bar, I'll drop down to it. You set the standard. I mean, I still have my limits, but it's such a good phrase. I'm so proud of it. It needs to be on all of my merchandise. My merchandise can be found at Etsy.com under the name Sergeant Blue Bacon. Ooh, shameless plug. Moving on.
This is articulated by a Michigan State.
Gets me every time. B2 Life Explained. Great to have you here. Thank you so much, by the way. I feel like it's been a while. It's been a while. It says, because Kfar isn't the only one who can be back again, once again, screw Flanders, hashtag like old times. Absolutely. It's good to have you here. B2 and I, we had a little bit of a kerfuffle by accident, and I hope we smooth things out. I didn't intend anything by anything. But it's good to see you back, for sure. It's good stuff. I don't want to get too into it because I'm already way behind. There's so much about this. We're 16 minutes in. We've taken an hour and 12 minutes. Well, actually, an hour and 2 minutes because that first 10 minutes doesn't count. To get 16 and a half minutes into his video. There's so much wrong. I might have to return to this. I know I said this all the time. Like, I should do this. And then I never do because, like, time is a thing that I don't have enough of. I should start doing math. Okay, wrong. I was a joke. Don't do math. The joke was that you don't have to sleep when you're on meth because you can't. Don't do meth. It is relevant to Wolverine though because his apparent good friend broke trust. Who actually, I'm told, I didn't see it, came onto a stream to talk mad smack. Has a meth problem, I believe, which is really, really a shame. I don't want to make fun of him. I don't want to berate him or laugh at him for it. Like that's a legitimate problem. Legitimate problem, and I really hope he gets the help he needs.
State trooper named Keith, and when you can never park your left wheel to right curb, you can't do it
on a highway. We'll get into that.
So let's read what this officer's saying. Ask Trooper Keith what is legal to park facing oncoming traffic.
Okay, again, it's still not parking.
So the part of the approach is the right curb. It's left wheel to right curb. Because when you pull in, you're to your right. Never to your left. And this is what this says. Ask a Trooper Keith what is legal to park facing oncoming traffic. Check it out, guys. A reader asked if this is legal to park a vehicle on the other side of the road with your vehicle.
Okay, let me read the statute to you. It's 257.675. Stop extending the parking of a vehicle. Requirements, signs, traffic control. It goes on and on. It's a very long one. Except as otherwise provided in the section of this chapter, a vehicle stopped or parked upon a highway or street. Already we know this doesn't apply because this officer is not on a highway or street. They are on a sidewalk. That is not a highway or street. At the best, what you have is essentially a driveway, not a highway or street. but he wants to make this
or
argument. Let's let him.
facing oncoming traffic, or other words, you could park your car on the left side of a roadway, intersection, whatever.
On a
Wherever you're
roadway.
First, MCL 257-671-751 says that a
Andrew, I
vehicle
got you.
stopped or parked upon a highway or street shall be stopped or parked within the wheels of a...
Kermit, what do you think about this? I think this guy is, he needs to read a few more books, I tell you that. Whatever he added for a degree is not working for him. So I don't know if it was the debris, you could, no. You mean degree? I do mean degree, thank you. The degree program, I don't know if it was just a bad program or laws have changed significantly. You could. You're the one who's been drinking the apple juice. I know, you're struggling. Yeah, because your hand's up my butt, dude. Good points. Keep going. Sorry. So this is because Andrew asked, by the way, if anyone's wondering why I am up here. So I don't know if it's the degree program that was bad, or if it never happened in the first place. It might not have happened in the first place. Or if this guy has just forgotten everything he ever learned. But he is very much wrong. This is very basic stuff to understand. It is not difficult to understand that a sidewalk is not a roadway or a highway. That's not difficult. That's very easy to understand. Anyway, I'm out of here. Blah. All right, there you go. I hope you're all happy. I did find Cormit today. He was on vacation. He came back. Moving on. If you're new to this channel, I'm so sorry.
Vehicle parallel. Look at right here. Wheels.
It happens sometimes.
Parallel to the roadway. Within 12
Yeah, on a
inches of the
roadway,
curb,
dude. He's not on a
existing to the
roadway.
right.
Ugh.
Notice how the MPC specifically requires you to park within 12 inches to the curb.
Maybe I just have
of the
Kermit
right,
correcting this
not
entire
the
time.
left.
Sorry, Cormit.
So remember, he's still wearing the driver's responsibility.
Now, for the record, around this time is where I actually had to leave the stream. I had other things I had to do. So I don't know what comes after this. I'm excited to find out.
Because he's not exempt no more. Unless he's...
Oh, sorry, just turned the volume with
So
my
the
foot. by
oscillating
accident.
lights must be seen in 603
No,
from 500 feet away.
he's still wrong. He's
Only
doing
a
that.
person that knows law, that could explain law, could do that. Obviously, Bacon, Blue Bacon, and the rest of you bootlickers, go wipe your mouth. You're
Now, good question, Mark Jones. Is Blue Bacon, if the copper is parked on the public right-of-way, as established earlier, wouldn't that place where cars cross sidewalks and right-of-way be a road? Well, that really depends on the road. So the fact that it's a sidewalk and that there is road crossing it, maybe not, because this is more of a driveway because it goes on to private property. And so it depends on how roads and highways are defined under Michigan law. I am confident. I can look it up right now. Michigan definition of a road. Highway or street means the entire width of the boundary lines of every way publicly maintained where any part thereof is open to the use for the public purpose of vehicular travel. Publicly maintained, I believe, would mean that it's government maintained. And since this is private property, I presume that it's not government maintained. And if it's... Yeah, I don't believe so. Highway is defined as a main road that provides direct access to buildings, intersections. Unlike a limited access freeway, a highway has intersections at grade. Oh no, this is not the actual statute. Look for the actual statute. Public highway definition. All highways regularly established in pursuance of existing laws, all roads that shall have been used as such for 10 years or more, whether any record or other proof exists that they were ever established as highways or not, and all roads which have been or which may hereafter be laid out and not recorded, and which shall have not been used. This is not what I'm looking for. Road systems, beep, bop, boop, 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 boop. Words and phrases. All right, private driveway is defined separately. Let's see what private driveway and private road. No, that wouldn't be because it's not normally used by the public. Public driveway? No, we only have private driveway. I sincerely doubt it would count on that sidewalk. As an easement, I sincerely don't believe so. Because you wouldn't be allowed to park there anyway. Street, no, it's Chesterfield, Michigan Avenue. Man, you put me on the spot here. I'm trying to give you the most accurate information, though. Pattern lines are every way publicly maintained. Yeah, I think the fact that it's publicly maintained is what's really telling us this here. However, that road, oh, this is interesting. The property lines of the private business don't cover that particular area. So the question becomes, is the property line wrong, or is that a publicly maintained roadway? And is this for the purpose of vehicular travel, or is it for the purpose of parking? Is there a separate designation? This is where it can get complicated. Yes, Hitchbot, I just proved it's flat. Michigan, let's see. Road versus driveway. Oop, I spelled that wrong. Let's see, public driveway. Michigan, public driveway. We're going to learn. We're going to find it out. Okay, public or private driveway is defined as a separate thing. Prohibited parking. Okay, yep. Under 257674, we do have one Bravo is in front of a public or private driveway, so we know that there are public driveways. The fact that it has that designation and that there is a separate statement under what number is this? Something X. Is it 1X? And it also does establish that the public highway is referred to. Seems to establish that a public highway and a public driveway, certainly a private driveway, would be two separate things. So I would argue no, but I would need more information about how Michigan defines everything to really nail that down. Right now, I do not believe that this would be considered a roadway in the context of this statute. But I have not gone through everything that I would need, and certainly neither has Wolverine. Well, that helps. Because I'm not trying to give you bad information. And this thing I'm looking at is 257.674, which does seem to establish that public driveway and public roadway or public highway are two separate things. So, driveways are sometimes called aprons. I did not know that. Hitchbot has just learned about the guy who spent the $20,000 on the device to prove the earth was flat. God, I love that video so much. Where he gets I know what you're talking about. I've seen it. So good. So good. There's a documentary on Netflix about flat earthers. The ending is it's so good. Such a good documentary. Anyway, let's keep
Disgust
going.
me. You look like a crackhead.
I look like a crackhead? I'm sorry. Do I look, folks? I get drug tests. Do I look like a crackhead? It's funny he says that because the guy he hangs out with, Broke Sister Broke Trust, does meth. So it's weird. So is crack no good, but meth is? You know, I have teeth. Still got them. Broke Sister Broke Trust. Not that much. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying he's a bad person for it. I'm just saying if you're saying I'm wrong because I look like a crackhead, well, I expect you to not take anything Broken Sister Broke Trust says seriously. I would consider meth worse than crack.
So crackhead with all that
15-degree drift. Oh, Hitchbot. We're on the same page.
Polish around your mouth.
Thanks,
You
Bob.
disgust me. All right, moving on.
Oh, good old Tinfoil Tuesday.
Now, this 603 is to state. This is who it's for. States that is a state or county, township, village, district, or other political supervision in the state subject to specific exemptions set forth in this chapter.
How are you all? How are you guys doing?
All right. Now, for those of you that don't understand the parking law, we're moving on from Bacon. Bacon's been debunked. Bacon has no...
Not yet, I haven't. Haven't been debunked yet. Still waiting on that.
Any type of legitimate beef here. He can sit there and argue I will never respond to this moron again.
He'll never respond to me because he knows he's wrong, and he's scared that I will keep correcting him. I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't be scared of the truth, you know? That one's on him. Weird.
He's done. He's done. Now,
Yeah.
as far as the only thing that is parked on turf in a road.
Oh boy, this is the ticket he got.
Inside Taylor ordinances. This is how we knew
Mark, thank you so
that
much.
this ticket that he wrote was
Mark says, I don't drink, but I think I will need one soon. Yeah, I know how you feel.
bogus.
Be responsible.
A single family residential. This is a residential area.
Yeah, this is not relevant. What do you even? Come on, guy. What is this? I'll explain what the relevance is. So, Wolverine got a ticket for parking on turf. And he says, this is the only place where there's a parking on turf statute. But the actual statute he cited on was basically about parking on a sidewalk. The land he was on was not owned by Mark Satter. It appears to be city property. And based on how the law is written in regards to defining a sidewalk in Michigan, I believe it's basically the city property that is between a property line and then the roadway. And then the sidewalk itself has to be a certain amount. However, if that entire line, if that section is the sidewalk, then citing someone for parking on a sidewalk should apply. However, Wolverine was not actually on the sidewalk part that you walk on, not like the concrete part. He's on grass. So presumably there is some sort of case law that establishes that because that actual section legally is considered the sidewalk, but he's not on the sidewalk, it is parking on turf/sidewalk, which is, I believe, how his ticket was written. He is latching onto this turf thing. And I've told him, like, look, you might be able to easily fight this. You could probably fight this really easily. You might not be right, because I believe what you were parked on is legally considered the sidewalk. You just weren't on, like, the concrete, right? But that part of the land legally. You know, you guys get what I'm saying? And that's why the sidewalk would have been whatever it was. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going.
This is not deemed in a commercial
Jennifer, he was
area.
upset for a lot of reasons. If only he would keep his story straight.
Or designed area that is
Okay, in the interest of time, we got to skip forward. I've already explained this. It's not relevant. And if he's going to complain that I'm skipping forward to try to say that his argument's wrong, I have not seen this far, and he's done that to me. So if he's going to complain about it, he's literally complaining against himself. All right.
you want to, but there's one thing that you're not going to give over on Wolverine.
Okay.
You're not going to get over the law on Wolverine. You're not going to.
Okay. Well, if you got the law right, we wouldn't be having this back and forth.
Do it because you're not that smart.
I may not be that smart, but I'm doing better than you are. So I'm self-burned, bud. So sorry. Let me do another one. This one doesn't count for those of you playing the game at home. Just so you can see the X. Mary, thanks so much. He needs to use an indoor voice if he has one. Yeah, he talks in the. I'm not gonna like. The problem is I don't want to be like, he's wrong for his voice, because people could do the same for me. It's not relevant to it's about the facts, right? He's getting the facts wrong. God.
You are what you call a YouTube pirate.
What?
That sits around and attacks what you think is weak.
I didn't attack you because I think you're weak. I corrected you because I think you're wrong.
Obviously, people think I'm weak. Got the back.
Oh, so what? What? Hold on.
What you think is weak. Obviously, people think I'm weak.
Well, I did not see that part. So apparently Wolverine is missing a hand. I'm sorry that happened to you, Wolverine. Not sure how that's relevant to your misunderstanding of the law. But okay. Now, Linz, you bring up a point, says, surely any part of a driveway that cuts through a public access route cannot be judged private. Otherwise, people would make a fortune suing for trespassing people crossing across it. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, crossing across it. It's an easement. See, is an easement for the purpose of crossing that driveway. Therefore, although it might be a private driveway, the fact that it's an easement, a public easement, allows people to cross it. Now, there are limits to what they can actually do, like because it's for the purpose of crossing. You can't do whatever you want that you could do on any part of public necessarily, depending on the type of easement and where it is. But in this case, if that driveway is considered private, in this case, it would be private, open to the public. That sidewalk would still be considered public as an easement through that private property. But I like that you asked that question. It's a great question. It's a very good question.
We got the back of my head blown out. I got the left, and you just got debunked by that.
I didn't. I know that you think you did, but we've just proven no.
Illogical person that you said that I was. I can't pronounce things right, my speech impairments and all that. So when I debunk,
I never address any pronunciation or speech impairment, did I? I don't think. I mean, if I did in my original video, please, in that original video, put in the comment section. Let me know. I'm fairly certain I didn't address anything like that. I used a clip where I think he was struggling to say anonymity, which is a difficult word. And I stumble over my words all the time. The intent was not to attack him for his pronunciation by any means. And in fact, like, if I want to attack for anything, it would be for his spelling. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Maybe I did see part of this because I think there's a, no, I don't know. Some of this, maybe it's just because he just keeps saying the same thing. Some of this feels familiar. No, I don't think I ever attacked him for that.
Him last time I was up in here and made him feel this tall because everything that he said about me was always about my impediments.
Literally, it was because you're getting the law wrong. But okay. I didn't even know you were missing a hand, bud.
About my speech impairments and
never addressed that.
And how I'm weeble wobble.
I was warned that he would attempt this, though. I was told that he accuses anyone who disagrees with him with disagreeing because of his impairments or his impediments or whatever he wants to call it. No, it's because you're getting the law wrong, as we've established. If I've established multiple times, I've established the first time, you try to correct me, if I established that your corrections are incorrect. It's not difficult.
And how I'm breathing heavy.
I have never addressed that. I think he's confusing me with somebody else.
You guys, everybody that's a mod in here, anybody that comes in here.
Oh, no, I was definitely here for this one. I think I was in and out at this point as I was getting ready to leave.
That looks like Blue Bacon. Block him from my channel.
Because he's scared of the truth.
He's no longer welcome here. He is a liar, deceiver, manipulator, and he's one of them.
Prove me wrong, then. You haven't yet.
Right extremists that believe in the thumb of the blue line flag. That's all they care about.
This is nothing about the blue line flag. I have no idea what you're talking about.
They don't care about the thumb of the law.
Like, thumb of the law. What?
I am constitutional. That's why I give police officers shout outs all the time when they're doing things right. And I want to see
when they're doing things you want them to do as opposed to things they're expected to do. I don't understand.
Them doing so I could show the people that want to defund them and try to change their hearts and mind and bring them to the middle so we could get these guys.
Yeah, he has zero interest in bringing anyone to the middle. Absolutely not. Don't be ridiculous, dude. We can see right through you. Your transparency in your name is very apparent right now.
And come out here together to get these guys to enforce the law.
Okay, well, learn what the law is before you try to get people to enforce it, because right now you're just acting a fool.
Not their feelings. To not try to criminalize. You see how he criminalized my actions from looking?
No, buddy, I established your errors.
From right to left while I was in my vehicle?
Yeah, because you were looking for multiple seconds at your phone. You weren't looking, now he's trying to, so before he's like, oh, he's snitching on me for saying that I'm looking at my phone, which might be negligent driving or whatever I said it was. Now he's trying to pretend that he was just looking left to right. He was staring directly into his camera for multiple seconds while driving on a highway. Not on a parking lot, not on a sidewalk, on a highway. And that can meet the elements of the statute that I addressed when I addressed that. And now he's trying to pretend that that was not the case when earlier he just like, oh, you're snitching on me, without actually saying that it wasn't what you were doing. That's kind of a weird discrepancy, let me tell you.
Talking about that there was distracted driving? No, it wasn't.
You were staring directly at your phone.
I went there. I was looking in my review mirror the whole time.
All right, we're at 2319. 2319. Let's take a look at him looking. Oh no, he skipped past it, didn't he? All right, let's pull it up on No, I'm not gonna pull it up. It's fine. If you go to my original video on this, you can see him just staring at the camera. If you go to his original video, Paul Carroll, you're here. Hey, Paul, it's good to have you here. Says, was he giving the good officers a shout out when he and Broke Chest said they finally found a good cop and panned their video over to a Halloween skeleton with a cop uniform on? No, I love it so much. You get one of those. That's good, Paul. That's good. I didn't even know he did that. Daniel, thank you so much. Or Danielle. Sorry. It says he must be transparent because he saw it right through him. Oh. No, I didn't even show it. It's fine. Yeah, he was staring right into his camera. Oh, what am I doing there? Why am I pressing that button? I don't even know anymore. It's fine.
And how I'm weeble wobbling and how I'm breathing heavy.
Again, that I didn't say
you
anything
guys,
about that.
Everybody that's on in here, anybody that comes in here that looks like Blue Bacon, block him from my channel. He's no longer welcome here.
He's scared
he is
of
a
the
liar,
truth.
deceiver, manipulator, and he's one of them probably right extremists.
Right extremists? Like I streamed to the right? It's funny. Okay, I think he's going political here. So many ad hominem attacks. He's trying to make an enemy out of me without any facts to actually back it up. Democrats think I'm Republican. Republicans think I'm a Democrat. I'm just trying to get the most information I can to make the best informed decision. Our Lord and Savior. Appreciate that, Dan. It's not about that. These ad hominem attacks won't make you right, Wolverine. I expect you to be better. Maybe you can take a debate class or something next time you're in jail, because I feel like it's coming up.
That believe in the thumb of the blue line flag. That's all they care about. They don't care about the thumb of the law.
Yeah, so I never cited the thin blue line as a source of law. I cited Michigan statutes. Weird.
I am constitutional. That's why I give police officers shout outs all the time.
Yeah, we've
when
already
they're
seen
doing things right. I was looking in my review mirror the whole time. That's where my stupid camera is. So when I'm looking.
So you were looking at your camera. Cool. You weren't looking at the road in front of you. Staring into your rear view mirror can still be distracted driving. I don't know. Come on, guy.
From right to left. I'm supposed to. I was taught to do that.
He's straight up lying.
You see how he tried to dry stitch me?
Yeah, you're straight up lying, my dude. We saw it happen.
He's a rat. Y'all shouldn't really trust him. If
he called me out for a thing I was doing. Here's why he's wrong. Also, don't trust him. He's a rat. Yeah, not convincing. Buddy.
He's for the people. You really shouldn't trust rats.
Well, you should probably trust the ones that are citing law correctly.
Go to some of my.
I know, Paul. It's ridiculous. How dare I cite the law to support my claims about the law? How dare I understand that a sidewalk is not a highway? Ooh, I'm such a bad boy.
Comments here. And this guy, I'll let this. You guys, I don't want to hear it. Don't send me.
Oh, boy.
No, nothing else about Blue Bacon. Blue Bacon has been lawfully debunked.
No.
By Michigan law. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Wrong. Again, chat. This stream is mostly for me.
All right, what's going on? Ghetto Press Production. King Charles, what's happening?
That dude is pure clown. Oh, this guy was in the chat being like, oh, no, you're so wrong about things. Like, that's cute opinion. Back it up with facts. And he couldn't. Oh, what a shame, King Charles.
Is a pure clown. You know he is.
I think so,
Good
Jason. I think so.
Morning here on the West Coast. Hey, what's going on, Steve-O?
All right. Oh, there I am. So this is when he was like, oh, you saying I can film anywhere in public? Look at this idiot. I'm like, bro, I'm agreeing with you on some, like, I'm giving you a thumbs up on, you know, I like that you have a press badge. You don't need a press badge, but like, I understand. I have a press badge that I made. I understand it. Like, I'm literally in the beginning of the video, I was like, here's the deal. Like, that's not a bad call. And he's like, this guy. And so that comment's from like way back 20 minutes ago, at least, in the video, not in my video, because God, we've taken so long to get to this point where I was like, why are you fighting me when I'm agreeing with you? That's an odd choice.
When you and KFAR got together,
I literally have no idea what he's talking about. I think he thinks I live near KFAR.
And you were constantly recorded saying those things.
Saying what things? Like, bro, I don't think I'm who you think I am.
Why don't you just go back and look at what you did? And why don't you apologize? Tell you what,
Apologize for what? What is he talking about? I literally do not know.
I'll take your apology if you
I haven't given you an apology. You can apologize to me for wasting my brain cells.
stop making fun of my impediments.
Have not made fun of you for your disability at all, buddy.
All right?
But the fact that you think you have to go there to beat me is really telling.
If you really mean it, I'll leave it alone.
I don't.
All right?
haven't
We'll just have to
apologized.
agree to
He's wrong again. It's shocking.
disagree because you don't know the law like you say you do. As you see, he knows my paralegal experience come out on him.
No, it's been embarrassingly bad. Paul, Carol, you're a lawyer. Let me know if you think it's bad, because I sure do. And maybe, I feel like a law degree sort of trumps a paralegal degree that we're pretty sure he doesn't have. Let me know, Paul.
Quadruple debunked him just now.
Quadruple.
Claims, boom, that claim is a fact. Says, oh, wait a minute. No, he's
Whatever your claims are, many of them have been far from factual.
not. Standing is actually parking. It means the same. So you just got done.
Okay, standing, regardless of whether or not standing and parking are the same. First of all, it's only on a highway. Second, this was stopping, not standing or parking. Those are three things. You combined the two that were not relevant to each other based on a statute that doesn't apply. It's so embarrassing for him. Good God.
Saying
Whoo!
in your other video that he was parking according to the definition of what parking
No, I said he was stopped. He's also not on a highway.
means and standing. Salute me, homie. You might learn something.
No, I won't. You haven't earned it. You're an idiot. You are an embarrassment to this country. Okay. See, me, the guy who's actually served in the military, can tell you to go eat it, dude. Oh, just eat this sass. Just take it. Blue is coming to you. It's embarrassing. Well, Mao.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for
Wolverine
letting me laugh,
Transparency,
dude.
what's up? Blue Bacon is agreeing with you. Yeah, he says he is. Are you agreeing with him, Trap Crawford?
Do I have to take your moderator thing away? All right, Paul says, well, by auditor sovereign citizen standards, I'm just a hack who wastes my time going to law school, and I could have studied by myself, become the much more prestigious legal scholar instead. I'll give you that one, Paul. I'll give you that one.
He was trying to tell me to learn something off of him. He just learned a little bit more about me.
Yeah, I learned that you were more of an idiot than I thought you were. That's not a good thing for you. Sorry.
I'm not a frauditor. I'm not one of these people out here trying to get your money. I'm just out here doing what you guys.
Although he did ask for money in the video. He did. So that's a ridiculous claim.
Said you would
don't worry, Big
support
Johnson.
me.
We're getting there.
So when I get a case, the least you could do is throw $5 or $10 to a guy, or 20 or 100. The least you could do doing what you guys said you would do. Support me. So when I get a what's up? Blue Bacon is agreeing with you. Yeah. That he was trying to tell me to learn something off of him. He just learned a little bit more about me. I'm not a frauditor. I'm not one of these people out here trying to get your money. I'm just out here doing what you guys said you would do. Support me. So when I get a case, the least you could do is throw $5 or $10 to a guy.
I'm not out here asking for your money, but you should give me $5. Oh, it's so good. Ugh. God, I love it. My poor neighbors. Yeah, it's like ringing. It was loud. Sorry, I'm sure very loud. I tried to move away from the microphone. I'm so sorry. No, I love it so much. Let's keep going.
Or 20 or 100 or whatever, because there has been a couple guys that stepped up. Because what I'm looking at is $7,500 when I get this mouthpiece that I'm getting. And I'm going to set precedents because it's the same guy that's going to the federal court with me and take this guy all the way down. And I'm going to get that much more punitive damage out of him. I got 3 years to do this. They only have 2 years to follow up on this after arraignment. And we can't say that that was an arraignment.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about. So he's saying he has 3 years. I think he's saying he has 3 years to file a lawsuit in regards to this incident. And they have 2 years to actually bring him up on charges after arraignment. I don't believe that's true. I think he might be referring to statute of limitations and misunderstanding how that connects to the timeline after charges are actually pressed. See, once charges are pressed, that it's you got to move a lot faster than 2 years for the next step. And a case can go longer than 2 years. For a $65 ticket, it almost certainly won't. So I do not know what he's talking about. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. But good God. But I do think 3 years is the amount of time for like a civil rights violation. Go ahead and file it, dude, if you're so confident. Go ahead. Why wait 3 years? Why do that? Did I say 2 years? All right, 3 years. Why wait 3 years? Do it now. Shay, thank you so much. Says, Chili is talking in a circle and proving himself wrong. Yeah, he does do that, doesn't he? Almost like a certain pepper we know.
Because every time we went to court, he was speaking as if, okay,
we got to get to
we're just standing mute.
Comment.
I didn't plead guilty or not guilty or nothing. That's not an arraignment. An arraignment is to plead guilty or not guilty. That's what he said to Broken System, Broken Trust.
Oh, are they talking about the time Broken System, Broken Trust thought that he pulled the wool over my eyes when in fact, no, he the heck didn't? God, they've been talking too much. Wolverine, if you're so good at the law, why is Broken System, Broken Trust, the guy you hang out with, so incredibly bad at it? That's what I want to know.
Anyways.
King Charles. Can't tell that boot down your throat, Blue Beggin.
Well,
come at me with facts instead of insults. Oh, your insults only prove that you don't know. You don't have anything more than that, which establishes you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it's so sad. I love it.
You use the word claiming, like, you know.
Yes, because you made a claim. All right. Oh,
Deputy
I can't.
And I'll never be put in this position again to where a person would pull a gun on me and get away with it.
What are you talking about?
Because if you read my case, that's what you'll know. Blue Bacon.
What are you yelling? Why? What are you talking about pulling a gun? We're talking about you parked on grass that you apparently weren't supposed to park on. And you're trying to trespass someone from a place that you don't have the authority to trespass them from because you're not on that property. And even if you did have authority to trespass someone from that property, if they're conducting lawful police duties, yeah, it's probably not going to work out, buddy. Why do you have to go down this extra, red herring straw man fallacy route to try to be right? Kind of makes it look like you're wrong.
You guys didn't see the video. Blue Bacon.
I love this. So King Charles says, "Want a cookie or sticker, Blue Bacon?" And I say, and he skips right past this. Ooh, want a library pass? Because he needs to read more.
The video, it was all condescending. It was like him telling me that.
Wait, who just said they appreciate?
It was all condescending.
Oh yeah, I tell him you're trying to distract from your claim. Let's try to stay on topic.
It was like him.
And Trot here. Hey, Trot, I really appreciate your involvement. It says, I appreciate you keeping us accountable. Look, that might have been a joke. But I'm trying to help. I don't have a problem with auditors. I have a problem with wrong auditors, bad auditors. If you can do it wrong, I'm going to correct you. If you're going to audit correctly, I don't have a problem with that. By all means, go do it. I think it's not a bad idea. I expect you to be able to do it correctly, though, is the thing. I've audited myself. I've done first-minute audits. I joined Nasty Nathaniel on an audit once. I've done it solo. I mean, this is before Nasty Nathaniel went down. But I used to be in communication with him pretty frequently when he asked me questions like, here's an explanation that I would recommend. If you're going to do this and that, here's some case law that might be of interest to you. And we had a great relationship until he just,
telling me that,
okay. Trot says it wasn't. I appreciate it. Well, thank you, Trot. And I look, all this sass directed to this guy. It's not. I'm not trying to attack auditors or anything. It's not. I'm not even really trying to attack him. But again, he sets the bar. I stop by for a drink. If he's gonna come at me like that, I'll give it back. Ultimately, I'd happily put all of this aside and sit down with him and be like, all right, here's an actual explanation. I just don't think he's willing to learn. There are a lot of auditors like that because it turns out when you're doing it correctly, it's not really very profitable. I think that I'm not saying that's a motivator for him. I know that's a motivator for a lot of auditors. And some auditors, I believe possibly to include Wolverine, have an axe to grind, possibly because of previous experience with law enforcement. We know that Wolverine has been to prison. So I think maybe that has inspired him to be involved in this kind of activity.
He was speaking in a derogatory. He was disrespecting me, and I already heard him say that I'm breathing hard.
I didn't say that.
They were all going back and forth.
Where was I saying it was the KFAR? Where did I say you're breathing hard? Nowhere? Yeah, because you're confused and wrong.
Forth on that. And unfortunately, you guys always send me this stuff. And I say I don't want to see it. I'm telling you right now.
Oh,
I
man.
don't want to
There's
ever
that
hear
comment right there.
anything from these people again. Unless they change their attitudes and stop making fun of me for being handicapped.
I didn't do that. You are confused. All right, let's see if we can find the Big Johnson. I say you can, in fact, be trespassed from government buildings. Ghetto says get on panel blue, but I had to leave. These are old comments, I believe. I don't remember the timeline of this. King Charles says LMFAO, let's this clown. I can only assume he's talking about Wolverine. Gloria says, tell me Blue Bacon, if he didn't trespass him, how come he ain't sitting there taking money from people no more on a public sidewalk because he was trespassed? That's why. I assume that was supposed to make sense. I'm sorry that it failed. I'm sure I could make sense of it. I just don't have the time. We have King Charles, again, Trot Golfer. Again, thank you, Trot. Sergeant Rock says, pure Dunning-Kruger. Gonna press. Being mean. King Charles being mean, but nobody has any facts to contradict me. Oh, they're very mad about me. I think is Wolverine just still ranting, or is he actually like talking about something?
I don't agree.
Relevant.
I do not agree with disrespecting a public servant unless they disrespect you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there have been plenty of times where Wolverine disrespected first. But okay. Big Johnson, where are you? Oh, Big Johnson says my comment was just because you have a degree doesn't make you intelligent. Oh, okay. We got to find that. Lynn says, for someone not talking about Blue Bacon, he's talking a lot about Blue Bacon. You're not wrong. There does seem to be a lot of that. And now it's just loading. Why? Why must you do this to me? Judy says, when I was looking in that live, there was a whopping 13 people as opposed to 227 watching here now. Now, I will say, the amount of people watching is not indicative of the accuracy of the information presented. I really appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much for being here. But I don't want to use that. I don't want someone to think that this means he is wrong because he has fewer people. Let me refresh this because it's having some trouble. What's disability? Apparently, he doesn't have a hand. So I assume it's that, and this is now loading. It won't load. Come on, there we go. We're just gonna skip forward. Let me give you some of this.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Oh, the rambling, the rambling. I mean, there was a lot that I actually went over that addressed the property lines whenever, and I don't know if he ever got to that part. I just assume he didn't, because there was a lot more in that video that established why he was wrong and why he could be correct about certain things. So a lot of the arguments that he's arguing against were actually things that came up later in the video.
Stand by, guys.
Keep skipping. Oh, I mean, this isn't even relevant to the original. Let's see. I'm trying to find it.
Or May or something like that.
Big Johnson,
months,
I'm not sure. Settlement. I don't know where it is. Unfortunately, I mean, you've told us a degree doesn't make you intelligent. I know some people like that. Before Josh came on. When did Josh come on? I think I might have missed it entirely. Broken Trust is on. Oh, Broken Sister, Broken Trust talking about Paul Carroll, Blue Bacon, trying to convince me that he was wrong. Yeah, we tried to convince Broken Sister, Broken Trust he was wrong because Broken Sister, Broken Trust was wrong. Then Broken Sister, Broken Trust got very, very confused, and he thinks he proved me wrong because I had to change tactics to try to explain it to him in multiple different ways. Because obviously, when one way is clearly not working, you guys sort of approach it from a different angle. And then he thought that me approaching it at a different angle meant that I was changing the answer entirely, which is obviously not true. I think the matter at hand with that was he said something that was so nonsensical that a judge thought he was saying something else. And then he was like, haha, the judge was wrong. Which, yeah, technically the judge was wrong in the sense that they thought you were saying something that you weren't. The problem is what you were saying was so nonsensical. Sorry for using that again. Which is so ridiculous that it's not unreasonable for the judge to think you were saying something else. And then once it was figured out what you were trying to say, things went back on track. But, oh, the judge is wrong for not understanding nonsense. Doesn't, if I have that, if I remember that correctly, broken trust is, oh boy. Some infighting. He's saying News Now New York protects bad cops. Like, what? What? Sorry, Big Johnson, I can't find it. But let me tell you what's going to happen. Oh, my goodness, Kermit's coming back. Hello, everybody. Here's me. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so we're nearing the end of the stream. We're almost at 2 hours. I think we probably hit all of the meat and potatoes that involved me, and we proved that, well, you proved, yeah, I did, that he was wrong, that he is trying to use things to prove you wrong. Yeah, that's right. And the things he's trying to use were actually not applicable. Kind of embarrassing, kind of ridiculous. Don't worry, we have more content about this guy, this Wolverine. Wolverine, yeah. Wolverine transparency. Sorry, I have a fear of Wolverines. Do they eat frogs? I have no idea. Do you know? I don't. Then why are you afraid of them? Yeah, I don't know, man. Because probably. All right, keep going. Sorry. So yeah, so we're gonna end this stream in about 3.5 minutes, and the question is, if you haven't seen this channel, you have no idea what's going on. All right, sometimes I come out because the chat asks for it. All right. Well, Mav has asked for a Four Loko. I'm really upset about it. He hates Four Lokos. So the question is, what game is Blue going to play on Twitch? And who's going to be there? There's going to be a party. Who knows what they'll get up to? That's right, Mav. I am back from my new persona. Yeah. It's a thing with VR chat. You don't have to tell them about it. It's fine. We don't have to tell them about it. So, what game are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Copy that, Hitchpot. I will. Well, you. Yeah, I will. Keep that in mind. I'll remind him. Murdering, mayhem, death, and destruction, says Lisa. Anyway. Nacho friend. Says, the Wolverine is a scavenger of the boreal forest. Also hunts small and medium-sized prey, including reindeer and forest reindeer. Well, I should be fine then. Except, I'm not small mammals, hares, foxes, birds, and frogs as well. See, I knew I was right for being scared. Good job, you. Oh, thank you. Singing a Queen song. Mama, I just killed a man. All I do is that's not the lyrics. For the God of you is all the trigger knows. Mama, life has just begun. And now, I'm gone. And thrown it all away. What is my Twitch channel? Good question. Irish Dublin. My Twitch channel, goodbye, Kermit, is Sergeant Blue Bacon, SGTBLUEBACON. So it should be twitch.tv/SGTBLUEBACON. I will tell you that I'm going to grab a little bit of food to get some food in my stomach. Judy says, furries. Judy. All right. Okay, so we say furries. Judy's saying furries. Someone said War of Rights. Red Dead Redemption 2. We have another War of Rights. We might be doing War of Rights tonight, folks. I mean, we might do more than one. All right, I'm thinking some War of Rights, and then we might move on to some VR chat for Judy. What do you think, Judy? Hamza, so I have the audio recorded, and then things kept happening. It's coming. Maybe in 5 years. I don't know. The audio exists, though. The audio is on my Patreon. I don't want to tell you guys, like, oh, you got to go to my Patreon to get it. It's happening. Don't worry. It's happening. It's just things have kept happening, you know? I'm so sorry about it. I know. Oh God, karaoke phrase is the worst. Okay. Well, in that case, folks, we're at 2 hours. So I'm going to end the stream in however many minutes. I'm going to go over to Twitch. I'm going to get that 4 logo. I'm going to get some food in me. And, oh God, Daryl, I don't even want to think about it. And then we're going to make that happen. Yes. So, documentary on YouTube about the VR chat called, no, but that sounds fascinating. I'm going to have to do that. TF2 against fans. Oh, I would definitely play some TF2 with all of you guys. God, I want to play TF2. No, okay. Well, TF2. We'll save TF2 as an option for later. I do love me some TF2. But, ladies and gentlemen, with that out of the way, you guys are phenomenal. Thank you all so much for being here. And with that out of the way, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to go on Twitch. But for the rest of you who won't be joining us for that, TF2 is Team Fortress 2. It's a first-person shooter. It's a lot of fun. We'll get to that. I'll tell you all about it on Twitch. But until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, be good. Stay safe.